Hey, today we're going to talk some more about trig functions, and this time we're going to talk about inverse trig functions, which are pretty much the opposite of what we've been doing. And we talked briefly in class about how to do them on your calculator. If you don't have a calculator, then you just get as far as you can before you need to punch it in. So this time I want to find an angle instead of a side. So I have a right triangle with two sides labeled, and I can use trig to help me find one of the other two angles. So I always label my sides: hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. My opposite and my adjacent side have measures, so I'm going to use tangent, since tangent is the opposite over the adjacent. Question mark represents my angle. 27 is my opposite side, 38 is my adjacent. So there's a function called tan inverse. It looks like tan to the -1 power. It's going to undo the tangent function. They're opposites. They cancel each other out. So if I take the tangent inverse, or tan -1 of both sides, what ends up happening is tangent inverse and tangent cancel. So on the left side here, I just have question mark. And on the right side, I have tangent inverse 27 over 38. You can get this function on your calculator by pressing the second key and then the tangent button and typing 27 divided by 38. And it'll tell you that this angle is approximately 44 degrees. So this is just the reverse of what we've been doing the last class or two. So let's try another one. I want to find this angle, question mark, so I'll label my three sides. My opposite side and my hypotenuse have numbers, so I'm going to use sine. Question mark is my angle, 40 is my opposite side, 42 my hypotenuse. So I can do the sine inverse of both sides. Sine inverse over here, and the sine function will cancel each other out, leaving me with just question mark. On my calculator, if you have one at home or when you're in class, you press the second key and then press sine and put that fraction in there, and you'll find that this angle is approximately 72.2 degrees. So go ahead and pause here, and I want you to find the measure of this angle, question mark. So again, you should always label your sides. It helps you determine which function to use. I have adjacent and hypotenuse. That tells me to use cosine. My angle again is question mark. My adjacent side 13. My hypotenuse 20. I can do the cosine inverse of both sides, where cosine inverse and cosine cancel each other out, leaving me with just question mark. On the right, I'm going to do the cosine inverse function of 13 over 20. So if you don't have a calculator, you can't do this at home, when you get to the you-do, you can just type in cos inverse 13/20. Something that tells me that you know what you're supposed to be doing. And then I can press the second key on my calculator, then the cosine function, type in the fraction to find that question mark is approximately 49.5 degrees. So go ahead and try this guy. Again, if you can't get all the way to plugging into your calculator, type in what you get before you would plug it in. Give me an answer. I'll understand what you're saying as long as you're clear. Make sure you submit that on Google, and we'll talk about this in class.